Hi, I am Renugadevi. I am working as an assistant professor in Dr. SNS Rajalakshmi College of Arts and Science. I belong to the Business Administration Department. In this video, we are going to discuss about the GST structure. Okay, so the GST structure is nothing but under this category of structure, we have to use the four important main concept under the GST structure. Okay, before we are discussing that structure, we have to discuss about the some introduction part about the structure of GST. First one, dual GST model. So we have to follow the dual GST model. Dual is nothing but the two-way GST model we have to using. One is SGST and CGST. That is a central goods and service tax and state goods and service tax. And also we have to make the some multiple rate system. GST rate system we have to follow. That already we discussed in the previous video, that is a 0 percentage to 28 percentage, and GST slab rate. Okay, so composition scheme and GST registration and reverse charge mechanism. So reverse charge is nothing but usually that GST will be paid by the manufacturer. So in case of that reverse charge mechanism, while we are using in some category of goods while they are purchasing, at that time the recipient they are going to pay the GST instead of manufacturer payment. Okay, that is called the reverse charge mechanism. Next, GST background. Okay, so what is the main important background will be prevalent in India is they are using the pre-GST taxation system. So pre-GST taxation system is nothing but we are using the in traditionally we are using a some indirect tax concept. That is a different type of indirect taxes we are going to pay on the goods and services. For example, excise duty, state tax, and sales tax, service tax. These are all the some different category of indirect taxes under the particular concept. Okay, so at the time of paying the tax, as a payer they are making some confusion. That's why we are going to eradicate that particular issues. We have to using as a new concept. Let's call it as a GST. Okay, the next GST background is facilitating seamless trade. Okay, so the seamless trade is nothing but the continuous trade without any issues happening. We are eradicate and while they are following a GST implementation. Next, third category, improve tax compliance. So compliance is nothing but we are going to maintaining the record while they are paying the taxes, proper statement and file returned by the manufacturer. And GST network, GSTN is nothing but as a taxpayer or the business people they are going to pay the tax through online. So that particular system is called it as the GSTN, that is GST network. So while we are paying a tax through one network, online payment, that is why it's called it as a GSTN. Next we move to the enhanced revenue collection. So as a government they are going to improve their are generating revenue. That's why you are using the GST. Next we move to the GST implementation. Okay, so through some flow chart, we are going to explain this GST implementation. Okay, the first in traditionally we are using a indirect tax system, that is a pre-GST. So before we are introducing the GST, we as a manufacturer or business entity they are followed a indirect tax system, like they are paying excise duty, VAT, CST, that is a central sales tax, service tax, everything they are paying, each and every stage, multi stage of taxes they are paying. Okay, then on the basis of this tax system they are following, automatically they might be getting some issues or problem faced by the consumer. That is a multiple taxes they are paying. So based on that particular issues will be eradicated. We are introducing a new concept that is called it as a GST proposal. it will be making in the bill passed in the year 2016, and after the some discussion is over, we are actually officially launched the GST in the year 2017. The finally all the business people, they have to register their name under the GST rules and regulation. They are filing the return, everything will be started out through by the GST implementation. Next we move to the some important slab rate. That is a already I told you know that multiple rate of slab rate they are following under the GST. So suppose 0% we are take it as a essential item, and 5% it is fixed for the some common use items, and 12% it is a processed food and mobile phones, and next 18% we are imposed on the electronic or electronic items, electricals, restaurant, telecom services, and next 28% will be based on the luxury items like automobile industry and some category of banned item, that is a tobacco and alcoholic item, these and all we are imposing a 28 percentage. Okay, and also the next concept we are moving the types of GST. Already we discussed CGST, IGST, SGST, and UIGST. Okay, that is a Union Territory Goods and Service Tax. And framework under the GST is nothing but we have to make the registration. After the registration, we have to collecting the taxes, then return filing, payment process, and based on that process, we have to pay through online. So these are the some important framework followed under the GST.